October 19th, 9:42 AM. Just record. Defendant lobby number 1. Oh, we've upgraded again. Hello, welcome back to this Let's Play of Ace Attorney. I'm a little bit tired, I'll be honest. I'm recording this after the last video because I didn't feel like I've done enough. Not in terms of gameplay and recording, like I got the whole investigation session in one video. I mean, my personal satisfaction with the story, I didn't learn enough. I want to keep playing, I want to see more. But I am tired because my cat Gizmo has really got into his mouse hunting phase. Keeps getting me up in the night to throw them out. Oh boy. Anyway, Will. He seems to be a bit shy. Mr. Wright? Yes? Why do you look so unhappy? Nothing. Really, it's nothing. Right, Mia? Oh, she looks even unhappier. Phoenix? Client is now practically a dead man walking. Perhaps that's why I feel particularly close to him. This is no time for dead people jokes, please! You know, we're going into this trial utterly defenseless. If Mr. Powers is truly innocent, we should be able to find something overlooked in the evidence to prove it. Something overlooked? You mean like the sleeping bottle pills? Yeah, that was something that annoyed me a lot last episode. We have to find something, Phoenix, today. It's that, or lose the trial. This isn't going to be easy. Oh well. 10 AM. Same. Oh, now we're in courtroom number 4. Oh, we were in lobby 1, but courtroom. I don't even know anymore. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Defense is ready, Your Honor. I don't know why I always try to make Phoenix sound younger in that exchange. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. An unexpected fact that comes to the attention of the course. Yesterday, we learned that there were only other people present in the studio. I still don't have a voice for him. I don't really know him outside of these trial sessions where he's just being a douche. Today, I would like to show evidence proving that it had nothing to do with the murder. Very well. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. I wonder if it will be that producer. The prosecution calls Mr. Salmonella to the stand. Or that director. Will the witness state his name and profession? How rude could you get? You don't know me? I'm the director. I make the Steel Samurai, noob. Ruffle. Salmonella. I'm a director of television. Were you at Global Studios on the day of the murder? Yes, Your Honor. Very well. Please testify to the court about the events of that day. Phoenix. Let's start by picking his testimony apart. If Powers is innocent, you know what that means. Someone in the trailer on that day did it. Right. She doesn't waste any time putting on the pressure. Alright, tell me what you know. I was at the studios from around 9 that morning. During that morning, I was doing, an action scene run-through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would. I hear that everybody else ate lunch at the employee area. But I had a meeting in Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. We were in the meeting until around 4. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. That's about it. The time Mr. Hammer's death was 2:30 PM. And according to your testimony, you were in the meeting at that time. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Okay. So he said he was at the run-through of the scene? I was at the studios from around 9 that morning. During the morning, I was doing an action scene run-through. Earlier, I'm pretty sure people said there weren't anyone else there. In the employee area? That's right. It was a fight scene between the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate. Was anyone else at the run-through? Oh yeah, that security lady was sitting there watching the whole thing. Lol. She was cheering on Hammer, if you can believe it. She certainly has the lungs for it. Anyone else? Nope, just us 4. Took a lot more time than I thought it would. Okay, so hang on. That actually... Part of the reason we were able to... shift the blame onto Oldbag was because she knew about this limp. Because she saw the accident during the run through the scene. So if he saw it as well, he knows. That could be relevant for later. Took a lot more time than I thought it would. I hear that everyone else ate lunch at the employee area. What exactly did they have for lunch? T-bone steak. The assistant cooked some up. Come to think of it, there was a plate with some bones on it in the employee area. Everyone else, meaning that the witness did not eat with them. Thank you. But I had a meeting a studio trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. So, in the end, you didn't get to eat. Yeah, no steak at least. Can't you believe it? That must have been tough. Phoenix. Yeah? Doesn't something about that seem odd to you? It's a little vague. Actually, there's something bothering me. Mr. Manella, just now you said steak at least. So you ate something other than steak? Yeah, good call. I had some chocolate in my pocket which I used to starve off starvation. I see. Is that all? I was sure I was onto something there. We were in the meeting until around 4. There were plates at Studio 2. What were you discussing? Steel Samurai story and our budget. Get this, the sponsors turn to me and say, Mr. Manella, those scripts of yours are not appropriate for children. Can't you believe it? Actually, I kind of can. So nobody left the table during the whole meeting? During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. So we did find plates at Studio 2, but they were outside for trailers, so this part seems fishy. But I don't have plates as a clue. You didn't take a single break? Yeah, well, yeah, not a once. What's he sweating so much about, I wonder? If only I had an idea. I'll wait for one to come up and hit him with it later. Phoenix, if his alibi holds, Powers is finished. Press him as hard as you can to find out where he's lying. Right. Okay, let's go to the eating one again. I heard everyone else ate lunch in the employees area, but I had a meeting too, so I ended up skipping lunch. Press, yeah, so you didn't get to eat. Yeah, no steak at least. So I guess I have to pick a different response here. It's contradictory? Yeah, it does seem odd now that you mention it. Mr. Manella! What did you want? When I went to Studio 2, I saw something on the table there. There were 2 plates, same kind of plates as the ones in the employee area. Who ate lunch there? No, good call. I was embarrassed, so I didn't mention it. But I did eat after all. A T-bone steak, you mean? Yeah, well, I mean, the assistant went through all that trouble. I brought it to the studio, a trailer, thinking I could eat it later. Really, a man who likes to eat. I suspected as much. So when exactly did you eat it? We took one break during that meeting. I, wolfed it down then. A mental image I will carry with me to my grave. Wait a second. If they took a break in the meeting, that contradicts his testimony. I'll press on that one a bit more. No one left their chair. Well, hang on, wait, which bit am I supposed to... The bit where no one left their chairs? Took a lot more time than I thought it would. Everyone had deployed, but I had skipped lunch. We're in the meeting. Okay, so we can press him on this bit. You didn't take a single break? Well, yeah, not a one. What's he sweating so much about, I wonder? If only I had an idea. Wait a second. Maybe I do have an idea. Press harder. God damn it, Phoenix. Wait a second. Mr. Miller, you've just contradicted yourself. Didn't you just tell the court that you ate that T-bone steak during a break? Oops, ruffle. Well, Mr. Manella, what's this all about? Well, yeah, I guess we did take a little break. Phoenix, great job. If they took a break, one of them could have gone to the studio during that time. Your Honor, I call on a witness to testify to the court about this break. Very well. Mr. Manella, your testimony, please. Okay. Heshworth is laughing. He always lets me go so far, then he cuts my legs out from underneath me. Yeah, FWIW, we took a break, Waffle. But it was only 15 minutes. 15! There's only 13 in base 12. What? Not enough time for someone to say, commit murder in Studio 1, lol. That's only just enough time to eat a T-bone steak, if you ask me. I don't think it would even be enough time for that, but that's just me. Very well, you may begin a cross-examination. So, what, he's just saying it wasn't that long? I guess we'll press just to know how long the break is. What were you doing for those 15 minutes? Eating my T-bone steak, what else? There were 2 plates on that table. Oh, right. The other one was Deems. Sorry, Devasks. Wait. Devask? Producer? Gee, the T-bone steak in 15 minutes. That's quite a feat. Depends on the size of the steak. Not a time for someone to say committed murder in Studio 1, lol. Why is that? That's only just enough time to eat T-bone steak if you ask me. I have to say, you look like a guy who gets through his meals pretty fast. Well, I was facing a cold, slightly chewy T-bone steak. Even I have to take my time eating that kind of food. Lol. Well, Phoenix, that testimony was too short to make any kind of useful information out of. All we have to do is prove that he was able to get to Studio 1 in that time. Oh, great. Is that all? Okay, what do I have? I have a map? I mean, Studio 2 isn't far from Studio 1, I guess that's a thing I can try and argue. I'm not sure if it will work that way. I've got nothing else going for me, let's try it. That's a no then. Okay. What am I doing? I guess I can press like the first statement, but the first statement was nothing. It was just like, okay, yeah, I was wrong. We took a break. So what? What time exactly did you take this break? I'd say it was around 2:30 or until 2:45. 2:30? That's the time of death. So you could have gone to Studio 1, killed Hammer, and come back. I guess it's possible time-wise. Wait, is that it? Is that what I was missing? What were you doing for those 15 minutes? Same thing as last time. Yeah, the Devask also ate something. Not enough time to commit murder. Oh, hello. Haven't we had enough of this pointless line of questioning? Your Honor, the testimony to this point has made one certain fact painfully clear. The people in the trailer had nothing to do with his murder. It was impossible for any of them to go to Studio 1. What? Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Surely you aren't suggesting one of the people in the trailer went to Studio 1. Well, Mr. Wright? Phoenix, this is critical. Think about it before you give your answer. You claim someone from the trailer went to Studio 1? I mean, they had to, because that's where the body is, and we're saying, oh yeah, one of them was definitely the culprit, so... I guess I'm saying yes, because I don't understand. If I say it's impossible, then I lose this case, surely. If I agree to let everyone in that trailer off the hook and the trial is over, Mr. Powers will be found guilty for sure. The victim was murdered at 2:30, the exact time of the break of the meeting. With 15 minutes, murder is certainly a possibility. I suppose you might say that. Alright, I've got a judge thinking now. Never a dull moment with you, Mr. Wright. What's your point, Edgeworth? You've been doing your homework, haven't you? Look at the court record. The court record. Surely you knew that from 2:15 to 4 PM the path between the studios was blocked. Mrs. Monkey's head had fallen across the path. I thought it was Mr. Monkey Head. Whoa, you're right. True, the break in the trailer meeting came right at the time of death. However, the path from there to the scene of the crime was blocked. The fallen Mrs. Monkey had barred the way. It's actually Mr. Monkey, but Edgeworth was a point. And somehow I feel no desire to correct him. No counter-argument, Mr. Wright? But I'm afraid you lose this round. Oh, great. So I'm supposed to say it's impossible. I believe we've seen enough evidence. I would like to relieve Mr. Manella from the stand. What? It's over? Very well. The court's opinion on this case is as follows. We have found that there were several other people in Studio 2 on the day of the murder. However, it is also clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio 1. They therefore have no relation to this case. Furthermore, with regards to the photo of the Steel Samurai, given the size of the costume, no one other than Mr. Powers could have worn it that day. All that is lacking is decisive evidence that he is the one who did it. If we had that, I'm afraid I would have to find Mr. Powers guilty. Your Honor, the prosecution is pleased to announce that we need to have decisive evidence. A witness. Oh great, here comes Cody. Who is this witness, Mr. Edgeworth? My witness saw it at the very moment when the Steel Samurai skewered the victim. Order! I will have order! I see. The court will take a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear your witness. Court is adjourned for recess. Okay, so I've got 3 more chances before I run out of health. What do we do now, Mia? Everyone in that trailer has an alibi. I'm sorry, Phoenix. I guess I was wrong. Mia! Don't tell me you're giving up. If you give up, what hope do I have? Don't get me wrong. I've never given up on a trial before, not when there was a chance. Only one thing became clear in your cross-examination. The people in that trailer could not have gone to Studio 1. I thought there was more to it than that. But I was wrong. That's all there is. What's going to happen to me? Kinda seems like everyone in that courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer. Don't worry, Mr. Powers. If you are innocent, we will prove it. I guarantee it. Leave it to us and be yourself. Be strong. You are still samurai. Hero to children everywhere, after all. Thanks. Okay, Phoenix. This one's for the kids. Let's do it. Court is back in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution has a concern. As our witness is a grade schooler of tender years and this is a murder case, we worry that the defense may cause unnecessary trauma of his cool christening. Nice to see Edgeworth taking the moral high ground. However, we have no choice. The prosecution calls Cody Hackins to the stand. We might get a booster seat. Your Honor, perhaps you could arrange a box for him to stand on? Right. Guard, please bring him a box. One of those donut crates should do. Donuts? Maya's gonna be annoyed. Will the witness state his name and grade in school? Witness! What? Just because you're all grown up doesn't mean you can push me around. Cody, answer this question, okay? Hey, it's you, the nice lady. I'm Cody Hackins. I'm in 2nd grade. I get the feeling this is going to be a long, long day. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that you're speaking to a child. Try to be gentle. Witness, Cody. He's having trouble with his gentle thing. You were present. You were at Global Studios on the day of the incidents. You got a problem with that? Please tell us what you saw that day. What, Pop? Do you want me to tell you and Gramps with the beard over there? Just, Mr. Edgeworth will be. I prefer bearded gents. A very long day. Incidentally, photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom. My apologies, Your Honor. He said he wouldn't testify if he couldn't bring it. I'd like special permission if that's possible. Wait, so you're saying you had a bargain terms for kids and you lost? Hey, I just got this new camera. Don't really know how to use it all that good yet. But I bring it with me wherever I go. Phoenix, I wonder if he had that camera on the day of the murder. You better make a note of it in the court record. Cody's camera added to the court record. Very well, Cody. Please testify to the court about what you saw the day of the incidents. I wanted to see a Steel Samurai rehearsal just once. I found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day. I went through the woods, off the path so that old lady wouldn't catch me. I was going for the studio. I got kinda lost on the way there though, for about 30 minutes. When I came out by the studio, there was a Steel Samurai. It totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy. Of course, Steel Samurai took him down. Pow! If I had my camera with me, that would have been enough time for the shot, I tell you. Anyway, I couldn't get into the studio, so I went home. So, well, the contradiction's pretty obvious. He just said if I had my camera on him, and he said I always keep the camera on me, so that's simple enough. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. But be gentle. Remember, you're talking to a child. This kid is tougher than most adults we see in here, honestly. So I take it I'm in danger if I press him too much. I gotta pick my spots. I want to see the samurai rehearsal just once. I found him up on the internet, went to studios that day. I went through the woods of the path. I was going to the studio. Kinda lost. I came out studio, there was a steel samurai. It totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy. Okay, that might be worth pressing on, just to know, like, who it was. What sort of bad guy was it? A guy? Person? Kinda tall? Skinny? Are you sure it was a guy? I don't know, it's kinda far away. It's being awfully vague. I'm not gonna push him. No, it's fine, it's fine. We're not gonna upset the child. Okay, this is what I have to... I'm not gonna press because I feel like I can't press too much on this one. Let's just press this. It says he always carries it, so... Cody, what you just said seems, well, a little strange. Didn't you say before that you always bring your digital camera wherever you go? You were quite clear about that. Huh? Cody, you shouldn't lie here. You understand that, right? Mr. Wright, a word of you. Oh, was I putting the pressure on too much? What is this digital camera contraption you're talking about? It's, a digital camera, Your Honor. It's kind of a new sort of camera. How do I explain that? I see. Anyway, Cody, I can't believe you wouldn't bring your camera on a trip to studios. You did bring it, didn't you? Mr. Wright, how cruel you are to terrorize a poor child so. I don't care if he's a child or a prosecuting attorney, no one should lie in court. What do you mean, or a prosecuting attorney? Well, Cody. What? Yeah, so I have my camera, so what? You got a problem with that? So you did have a camera. And did you use this camera? Why would I use it? I was too busy watching. Very well. Please testify to the court about what you were so busy watching. Yeah, I had my camera with me, but I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off it. Steel Samurai, he goes to the bad guy. Wham! Then the bad guy stopped moving. He's so strong. Steel Samurai rules. Is that all? Well, that was brief. Mr. Royce, your cross-examination. So, I think I know where this is headed. I've had time to think from the last episode. I just want to press on one other thing first, though. Let's just press on, like, this bit, because it's wonderfully vague. So, the bad guy attacked him first. Yeah. What sort of person was this bad guy? I told you, a person. He was a person. How was he dressed? I kinda don't remember. I was too busy watching the Steel Samurai. I see. And what happened next? Then the bad guy stopped moving. Okay. I probably shouldn't have pressed that one. Why? Huh? What do you mean, why? Why wasn't the bad guy moving? Well, because the Steel Samurai brought him to justice. And how exactly did he do that? Phoenix, you're going a bit too much into detail. How did he do it? With a samurai kick, and a samurai punch, samurai chop, samurai slap. Something like that. He's still being vague about this. What? Don't give me that look, Pops. How should I play this? I don't want to press him harder on that one. I mean, getting the specifics of the weapon might be something. But I'm gonna leave it for now. I don't want to lose too much health just on a whim. Yeah. If I press too hard now, the judge might keep me from continuing. I'll sit back and see how the rest of this goes. Okay, so the thing I noticed looking back at last episode was he mentions like he always takes the shots of the final blow, contains photos of every victory scene in every battle that the Steel Samurai has won. So I don't know, I feel like he would take a picture. But I don't know if now's the time to bring it up or I'm supposed to follow the weapons thing. It's hard to guess. So you were watching Steel Samurai, did you watch the whole fight? Yeah, of course. You didn't turn away, not even once? No. Okay then, tell us exactly what happens. Yeah, I'm getting to that. Okay, that I don't feel like I can press him on that bit. Okay, I think we gotta press this, and we gotta bring up the fact that those moves don't match the weapons and the wounds. Okay, we're gonna have to press them harder on that point. Cody, What? Something's bothering me. Before, you said that you couldn't take your eyes off the action. Yeah, so what? Yet you missed the most important part. What is the meaning of this? The witness has stated what he saw quite clearly. You know as well as I do that he's being vague. Tell me what kind of murderer uses a samurai slap? Hmm? My point is this. Cody, you may have seen someone to steal samurais fight. But you missed the most important part, the killing blow. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, how could this be? Can you explain how he might have missed something so vital? That's the thing. Phoenix, I believe you're on the right track with this. Think, why didn't Cody see the climax of the fight? I know you can figure this out. Mr. Wright, your answer? We have ascertained that this young boy is a great fan of Steel Samurai. Why wouldn't he watch the climax of the fight? He wouldn't watch something else. I don't really have any evidence, so it has to be he couldn't watch it. I have a thought. Is it the samurai doesn't win? Because he couldn't watch it. How could he watch calmly a murder taking place at his age? Just a moment, please. One thing has become quite clear in this boy's testimony. He did not believe he was witnessing a murder. He was watching the Steel Samurai fight, like on TV. The more thrill the fight, the more he would have watched. I have to agree, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have another explanation? You have ascertained this boy is a great fan of— Okay, we're going back to this, okay. I don't have evidence. Do I? I have this. But this doesn't answer the question of why he wouldn't watch the fight, does it? Still learning it. Did he look away to figure out how the camera works? I'm gonna try this. I didn't actually get penalized for picking the wrong option there, so maybe I could just go through these options. He missed the climax of the fight because he was looking at something else, probably. Probably. Something else? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. What could possibly distract this boy from seeing his idol for Steel Samurai fights? What do you claim he was looking at? Come on, think of something, nothing. Mr. Wright, please refrain from making baseless claims. Yes, sorry, Your Honor. Do you have another explanation? Okay, so it's the evidence. I have to show me some evidence. Your Honor, I have evidence. Evidence? Yes, Your Honor. Why did Cody look away from the... Okay, so... What do I do here? Because I mean, maybe this falling distracted him. Damn it. I really don't know. Like, I have three very plausible theories. One, the samurai didn't win because he always takes pictures of samurai winning, so he wouldn't really know what to do if he didn't win. He was trying to figure out how the camera works, and he got distracted, like, looking at the controls or whatever. Or the monkey head fell down. I don't know which of those is the right answer. I really don't. So, like, nothing he said has really gave away, like, which of these three it would even be. Or even is these three? I honestly don't know. I'm leaning away from the camera one. Because even if he didn't know how the camera works, he'd want to watch the fights. But I don't know. Let's start with this. I know it's the last one I came up with, but... like, something like that falling, it would distract you. You know. That's a pretty big object. I really don't know. Here's my proof. Proof? Can I do that again? This doesn't prove anything. Lost your nerve, have you? Very well, I'll ask you the question again. You're saying this young boy is a great fan of Steel Samurai, why wouldn't he watch the climax of the fight? I have evidence. I'm glad they're not penalising me for the segment, because I am just completely confused by the sheer number of things it could potentially be. Here's my proof. What's that? For camera? The witness stated that he recently received this camera. Yes, I'm aware of that. He wasn't entirely familiar with his operation. I'm aware of that too. Ah, correct. Why would Cody be looking somewhere else at the critical moments? Because he was looking at his camera. He was trying to take a picture. Hey! Bullseye. What's your problem, Pops? You got a thing for picking on little kids? Pressing, not picking. Good job, Phoenix. Cody was lying, clearly. Smart of you to realize there was no way he could just stand there watching his hero and not take a picture. Right. Cody, there was only one reason why you would have looked away from the fight, and that was because you wanted to take a picture. But having just received your camera, you weren't used to using it yet. So you missed the climax of the fight, correct? Yeah. Well, Phoenix, I'll bet you anything he's hiding more than that. Have him testify again. Right. Mia means business. Your Honor, the defense would like to request that Cody Hackins testify once more. Very well. Cody, could you please tell us about your camera? And about why you didn't take a picture of the fight? Welcome to the real world, kid. No, it's a bit harsh there, Phoenix. No photo? Yeah, you're right, Pops. Steel Samurai just escaped from the clutches of the villain. So I held up my camera to take a picture. But the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. That's all that happened. Yep. Anything strange in that testimony, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but I'd like to proceed with cross-examination anyway. Yeah, you're right, Pops. Steel Samurai just escaped from the clutches of the villain, so I held up my camera to take a picture. That's all that happens. Okay, well that's fishy. Come on, tell me more. That's all? Yeah, I told you I didn't take a picture. I would have once I got that lens open. Did he really not take a picture? Not even one? Press him. Nah, he definitely would have taken a picture. There's got to be something here I can use. Cody. Listen up, Cody Hackins. I know exactly what happened that day. You took a picture. Hey! Bullseye. But how do you know? I see through all of your lies, Cody Hackins. It's one of my powers. Wow. This feels great. Yeah, I took a picture. Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this, Cody. I took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them. You erased them? Yeah. Why would you erase a picture of your beloved Steel Samurai victorious? Well, you know. Why would I want to keep a picture like that? He's becoming less and less cooperative. I better find a clear contradiction soon or some solid evidence. How can I pick holes in such a short testimony? There has to be something. Dig up the dirt, Phoenix. Find out what this kid's all about. Okay, so this is very easy album. It's gotta be. Took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them. I contradict you, sir, with this. Cody. What? Man, every time you say Cody, you follow it with something bad. I just wanted to thank you for giving me this the other day. Huh? Oh, right. What was it you told me then? I go to every live performance. I always take a picture when the Steel Samurai lands the final blow. Wazam! I got 'em all. I never miss one. A perfect collection. This guy's a real perfectionist. Trading cards, pictures. Cody. Did you really get a picture of the Steel Samurai standing victorious over his foe? If you did, I find it hard to believe that you would just erase it. Wouldn't you keep it for your album? Mr. Wright, what exactly is this album? It's called Path to Glory. It's a collection of pictures of the Steel Samurai, all taken by Cody Hackins. He claims that it's a perfect collection of every battle the Steel Samurai has won. I see. Don't you find this very odd, Your Honor? Among all of his pictures of Steel Samurai, none were taken that day. Order! Mr. Wright, have you an explanation? If the Steel Samurai just defeated his adversary, I certainly would expect to see a picture of it in this album. Exactly my point, Your Honor. I think he's finally realizing it. No, wait, no way. Phoenix? I think we finally discovered the truth. And what a truth it is. Mia, are we sure about this? Did he actually? Yes. I'm pretty sure your thinking is right. Tell them, Phoenix. Tell them what the truth is. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what's going on here. Why was there no picture in the album from the day of the murder? Why would the boy have erased the photos he took? Steel Samurai didn't win. I can think of only one reason, Your Honor. The Steel Samurai didn't win. Are we saying the Steel Samurai is Hammer? That would actually explain a lot. Oh, wait, that explains so much. Like, there's no picture of him entering the scene. He knew about the limp because he was there when Powers injured himself. The sleeping pills were on the table where the employees ate. So, Hammer could have gave Powers the pills. That explains so much of my questions of this case, except for why. I still don't know the motive, but let's run with this. That's why Cody deleted those pictures. You mean the Steel Samurai lost? Well, Cody, I'm right, aren't I? Tell the truth. The bad guy defeated the Steel Samurai. No way, no. It's impossible. The Steel Samurai never loses. He never loses to anyone, ever. Your Honor, the witness has revealed everything with his words. There was a reason why he lied and told us he didn't take a picture. Same reason he erased his precious photos. For Cody, it was inconceivable that the Steel Samurai could be defeated. However, Cody witnessed the impossible. He saw the Steel Samurai lose. Another thing that's odd about all this, if Hammer was the victim in all of this, the one that Cody watched, he'd know. Because he'd be dressed in the Evil Magistrate costume, and he know. If you know the Steel Samurai, you're gonna know the villains in the same show. They said earlier, like, he doesn't even know if it was a guy, so... Yeah, it sounds like the victim in this fight, well, the not victim, the one that wasn't the Steel Samurai, wasn't Hammer. Yet to admit what he saw would destroy everything he believed in. That's why he lied and said the Steel Samurai won. He couldn't handle the truth. Oh no, we're entering the meme territory again. I won't do it. Order! I will have order! Witness, I mean Cody, is this true? What did you see? Tell the court what you saw. Oh boy. Oh, I've split the chat out. I'm now kicked out of the courtroom. Cody. That day, you saw the Steel Samurai lose a fight, right? Well, okay. You're right. The Steel Samurai fell down. Then he didn't move. Etra's being strangely quiet for all this. He's let me get away with a lot right now. Order! 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 What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, right? The Steel Samurai was the murderer, not the victim. Yet according to your witness testimony, the Steel Samurai was the one who fell. Mr. Wright, what's going on? Apparently we have all made a serious error. An error? What's this all about? Hammer was the victim. Steel Samurai wrote the victim. There was no... Well, what it was... why isn't there a both as the victim? If you understand what really happened, it's actually quite simple. At the end of the fight, the Steel Samurai fell to the ground and lay still. In other words, the Steel Samurai was not the killer. He was the victim. Don't you see? Jack Hammer was the Steel Samurai. Order! 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 So the Steel Samurai in his photograph. You're saying the man in his costume was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer? That's what I'm saying, Your Honor. Jack Hammer was present at the action scene run-through that morning. Thus, he obviously knew about Will Power's first injury. But wait! Hadn't Mr. Hammer gone to Studio 1 already? That's what everyone thought. But remember what Miss Oldbag said in her testimony? On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 PM. Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He already gone to the studio before I got back at the guard station. Mr. Jack Hammer left the employee area after lunch. However, no one saw him going to Studio 1, nor was there a picture of him. He waited for Mr. Powers to take a nap in his dressing room. Then he snuck in his dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. But why would a victim do such a thing? I don't know. I get it. I thought that the Steel Samurai was moving strange, so it was a different person inside the suit. Pops! Me? What? Actually, there was one piece of data I saved. Data? Yeah, a photo on my digital camera. What? Show us, quick! No way, man, not if you're gonna look at me like that. Now! Here, this is it. That's Studio 2. Well, looking at this, it's still a little hard to say. I'm afraid that there could be anyone in that costume. Your opinion, Mr. Wright? I agree, Your Honor. This isn't decisive evidence. I'm sorry, this doesn't look like it's the proof we need. I'll give it back. Wait, Phoenix. Mia? What? Look at that photo once more. That's it, Phoenix. That photo is all the evidence you need to win this trial. What? Your Honor? May I see that photo once more, please? Certainly. I don't see why not. Phoenix, show him. There's a glaring indecisive inconsistency with the facts as we know them in that photo. Find the inconsistency in the photo. I guess either of these signs will go with, but I'll go with this one up here. Your Honor, look at this. I see a gate. Might I draw your attention to the number on that gate? The number? Yes. Well, it's hard to see, but it's like a 2. Clearly not a 1, Your Honor, correct? Ah! I believe Mr. Edgeworth sees what I'm getting at. That's impossible! Yeah? What's this all about? Please explain so that I may be shocked along with the rest of the court. I'll use the studio guide map. The body was found here, in Studio 1. However, what do we see in this photo taken at the time of the murder? It does not say 1 on that gate in the photo. Your Honor, here is a true scene of the crime. Show the judge where the murder took place, for God's sake. You spelled it out pretty succinctly. I don't think I really need to do this. Here, at Studio 2. I see. That will explain the 2 on the gate in the photo. Your Honor, I find it very significant that the murder took place at Studio 2. Trailer is there? As you may recall, there is a trailer in Studio 2. Now on that day, a meeting was held in that very trailer. There was a break-in and a meeting corresponding to the time of death. During that break, Mr. Salmonella and Mr. Vask were outside eating steak. They were at the scene of the crime. The path to the trailer was blocked. So we have heard. The path was blocked at 2:15. In other words, the victim went to Studio 2 before that time. Yes, I suppose that would be the case. Remember Mr. Salmonella's testimony? Allow me to remind the court. He said no one in the trailer was guilty because they could not have gone to Studio 1. Yet in actuality, the reverse was true. Only someone in the trailer could have committed this murder. They were the only ones with access to the scene of the crime, Studio 2. Order! Order! The defense makes the following claims. The scene of the crime is Studio 2. The person with that security guard Miss Oldbag saw was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer. Mr. Hammer, for some reason, stole a Steel Samurai costume. Then he went to Studio 2. This is madness. Jack Hammer is the victim. The victim! Why would he steal a Steel Samurai costume? Are you suggesting he did so to corrupt the details of his own murder? Well, no, of course not. Or do you have proof? Give me the proof that the victim Jack Hammer stole the costume. I have proof. The sleeping pills. You do? You do, Mr. Wright? Now, but that's so surprisingly, I'm much less confident. I think I'm right, though. Here's my proof that Mr. Jack Hammer stole the costume. Sleeping pills that the police somehow failed to notice. This is it. An empty medicine bottle? I found this on a table in the employee area. The same table where Mr. Hammer and Mr. Powers ate. The label reads, sleeping pills. Sleeping pills? The defendant, Mr. Powers, spent the entire afternoon sleeping. He was drugged by Mr. Hammer. Wait a moment. That bottle does raise some suspicions, yes. But there is no proof that Mr. Hammer used it. Your Honor, I have an idea. Test of fingerprints. Yes, that's probably the best one I can go with. An idea? Very well, let's hear it. I want to check this bottle for fingerprints. If my claim is true, Mr. Hammer's fingerprints should show up on this bottle. Yeah. The drugs would be out of Powers' system by now, if it's the only thing we could use. I suppose you're right. Very well. The court will take possession of the bottle. Empty bottle given to the judge. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Cody Hagen's testimony has revealed new possibilities in this case. In fact, things may have happened very differently than we previously thought. The Steel Samurai seen by Miss Solberg may have been the victim Jack Hammer. The scene of the crime was not Studio 1 but Studio 2. And those in the trial trailer did have time to commit murder. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Your homework is to find the answers to the following question. Why would Mr. Hammer steal Steel Samurai costume? Also, who killed him and why? Find the answers for me by tomorrow. Class dismissed. That's a lot of homework. Mr. Edgeworth? You will need to reconsider your stance in this case. Above all, you will need to reconsider your suspicion of Mr. Will Powers. As you say, Your Honor. This trial will be extended until tomorrow. This is the last extension. Very well. Court is adjourned. Okay. So that really has choked up a lot. I went into this video, like, very, very lost, but the Will Powers Steel Samurai thing clicked a lot of pieces in place. Phew. That was a close one. We were saved by a hair. That's all that counts. I thought seriously about getting home about 3 times during that trial. Me too. Really? You both seem so confident. Huh. Maybe I should take up a career in acting. I was ready to pronounce you dead about 3 times back there. Me too. Dead? Of course we're kidding. Are you sure? I wasn't kidding. Now, Mr. Powers. We have to go and make our final investigation. But I promise you, we'll find the true killer by tomorrow's trial. Right? Thanks. Oh boy. Right. That's all the recording I can do for one day. Thank you for watching this. So, we're getting somewhere now. We're getting somewhere. We have pretty solid leads. I'm leaning towards Davaska's the villain, the murderer, because she just got built up a lot more suspiciously than Salmonella, you know, and the fact that the Cody couldn't even confidently say that the villain was a guy. I don't know. It seems to be leaning towards her. I still don't know the why. It's gonna come down to that incident that the assistant told us about, something that happened with Hammer. But yeah, I don't know. So I'm happy. I'm invested in this. I'm just now slightly concerned. We're going to do investigating again, and I'm gonna have to run from one end of the studio to the other and back. And oh boy. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye bye.